Committee of the National Assembly. So that is where the matter stands today. Purpose of this consultation program and one or two others that are proposed to be held in Islamabad and Lahore is to make the members aware of it, and if there are any significant issues or concerns that you have, maybe I think either directly you can or the council may take cognizance of it, and if there are further changes required, we can then send it to SCCP or to the standing committee for any further amendments if they are required. But I think at this stage, from the ICAP perspective and SCCP perspective, the law is almost final for all practical purposes. It will now, if there are any amendments, they will be proposed through the National Assembly. So thank you very much for your patience. Any questions, comments you have? I think I'll try to answer. Otherwise, Shabar is also here, and Shahid, who participated in the deliberations, they can also respond to your questions.
Yeah. Asad, that Ross report we mentioned in 2005, there was a report in which they agreed to the ICAP version that we continue to do quality assurance work here, and there has to be an independent board. But in that, there should be an oversight by SCCP.
Yeah.
Now it looks like indirectly that oversight by SCCP is done by Audit Oversight Board. I think so.
Yeah.
The functions, because it did not spell out at that time how SCCP will do it. Even SCCP did not specify anything at that juncture. So what is happening is that oversight of audit for quality assurance work, which ICAP is doing it, this will be done by Audit Assurance Board. Is it correct?
No. I mean, as I mentioned also, and you're right, that in 2005, the recommendation of Ross report was that there should be an independent oversight arrangement within SCCP to carry out the oversight of what the ICAP's Quality Control Committee or board is doing. But subsequently, we convinced World Bank of this at that point, but subsequently other regulators, other developments that took place in European Union and IOSCO and the World Bank, etc., they said that even, both things, you look at, on the one hand, SCCP didn't do anything, there was no oversight arrangement. On the other hand, this system of oversight board has now become a norm and a standard, a global standard. Actually, IFIAR actually is regulating the profession in a way that not only they carry out inspections, the members of the IFIAR, but the auditing standards are also being revised, and the firms, the larger firms and all the firms are actually improving their systems based on the findings of the inspections and the recommendations of the IFIAR in all jurisdictions. So I think the independent oversight board has now become such a fundamental concept that any country that deviates from it, global regulators and the investors are not likely to rely. So that is why subsequently the council also agreed. And I don't know when the first committee was established, when, Shahid? 3 years back, 2011, effectively, council and ICAP agreed on the concept of oversight board. So they were working together, so a committee was formed. But as I said, only issue was that which law should be amended and what should be. It was the question of how it should be done. And not whether it should be done.
Will this AOB will have the resources there in Islamabad? Will they have resources, or as and when they require? Will this is also clear?
Yeah, of course, they will have their own people, and we are saying is that their chairman will be an executive chairman, but other members will be non-executive. So at least they will not be, and so it should be, the concept that we have recommended is that it should be lean and small body, primarily relying on the work of the Quality Assurance Board and the work that ICAP is doing. But I think the good thing is, we need to recognize that our system is also not as rigorous as it should be. Sometimes we go overboard and sometimes we underdo things. So it's good to have an independent oversight of this system. So, and then we will have a role in appointment of those members as well.
To answer your question, we are not creating another bureaucracy.
Yeah.
This was discussed
I got-
seriously. It was the desire of the SCP. There should be a full-time member of the AOB. And we, and as Vice Chairman, and sir, we strongly resisted that we don't want another bureaucracy to come in. No.
Not only-
there will be another bureaucracy. SCP and then oversight board, 5 secretaries or 5 persons sitting there and doing nothing and sitting the whole day. So we said no full-time member of AOB except one. I think except one.
Yeah.
Except one.
Only just
एक ही है ना कोई. No further bureaucracy. This is the whole concept. Oversight board is not a bureaucracy. It's a professional body. This is answer.
Ji Arslan.
One observation, I think generally.
Ji.
हाँ.
Ajay, please go ahead.
आप सर आप please. आप सर senior हैं आप. सर आप senior हैं.
I like to ask two questions.
जी.
One is that your proposed oversight board, you said it is based on Japanese model. Is it going to be the exact replica of Japanese model?
Not
or
exactly.
you have localized it?
Basic
and
concept.
changes?
We
Basic
just got the basic concept from that. Thing is that in all jurisdictions, profession is not at all involved in the oversight. It's total bureaucracy, either SECP in those countries or an independent body, usually under SECP or federal government does it. So bureaucrats do it. So we were aiming that somehow our existing system that we have evolved, this should continue. It should not be created in a vacuum. So we found this model in Japan, where they are doing something similar, but it is not exactly similar. The basic concept is the same, but we have improved upon it. Like for instance, their law doesn't provide, I don't know, how do they appoint and how many members, etc. We tried to, then we included this innovation of nominating committee, where again the institute is involved. And also we have not left it, to the bureaucrats. It is in other jurisdictions, the federal government, the government has the power to appoint anybody, the members, We said that no, we have fixed we have also defined what is the criteria, what should be the skill sets of members, and then it should be the recommendation of the nominating committee will be mandatory for the federal government. So the Prime Minister is not going to, or the Finance Minister or the Finance Secretary cannot appoint his friends unless they qualify the minimum requirements and it is recommended by the nominating committee.
Let me further elaborate this Japanese model concept. We have to realize one very basic thing, that SCCP or any government bureaucracy in Pakistan, I am saying in Pakistan, on a factual ground does not have a capability and expertise, and it is neither expected that expertise will be developed in a bureaucracy to do the quality control work of the auditing profession. This is a very particular job where we have excelled in the past. So what we have tried, Asad and me have tried to gel that concept with the oversight concept. We had almost fight on a daily basis with those people to bring them to this position, because every bureaucrat wants to have a power to rule someone. We have a lust to rule someone. So what the Japanese model is why we are saying Japanese model. We are not relying on Japanese model. What we are saying, and what we have convinced the SCCP, that the capability to do the quality control work lies with us. So you do the audit of our quality control work, rather than going deep down. You carry out that work. So why you reinvent the wheel? Simple.
Previously, the concept
This is the concept.
ROSC report, that oversight arrangement within SECP. Now instead of oversight arrangement within SECP, it's an independent board appointed through a nominating process, which will do an oversight of the ICAP's quality assurance board. But basic work will continue to be done by the ICAP's quality assurance board. So ICAP will remain relevant. The Quality Assurance Board will remain relevant, but it will have
So there
independent
won't be too
oversight.
much duplication of effort.
No,
Yeah.
that is the whole concept.
Yeah, that's the whole concept.
The whole concept is again, I'm saying duplication of effort is one of the effort is another issue. But I was more concerned about the capacity and capability. Are you saying that some person sitting or a grade 19 officer comes in and does the review of the files? This we don't want. So we were struggling actually, very frankly, as I rightly said, we were struggling to find somewhere where this concept is there, so we can ask them that they have done it, so you accept it. If we would have said that this is
You see, their point was we will accept your proposals. What they required was some model that will be acceptable to FAR, so that body can become member. So we found that in Japan,
That's the whole reason
So
of
that's
that.
the basic reason.
Now let me quickly move on to the second question. You think deep inside you believe that by bringing this concept, the quality of work carried out by accounting firms will generally improve?
Yeah, I think so. I think it should improve because देखें
Because you see, that is where the issues were.
या इशू देखें बात यह है कि एवरीथिंग मैं आप बताएं अपने कमेंट्स मेरा कॉन्सेप्ट मैं आपको बता देता हूं कि देखिए क्वालिटी एश्योरेंस बोर्ड को बनाती तो काउंसिल है, क्वालिटी एश्योरेंस फ्रेमवर्क भी काउंसिल अप्रूव करती है, और उसके बाद देन देयर इज नो ओवरसाइट ऑफ क्वालिटी एश्योरेंस बोर्ड at all. Then it's up to the quality assurance board. People in the quality assurance board, they also work on voluntary basis. So obviously, I think an independent oversight over this forum will make them more disciplined, and also the concept is that they will all be remunerated. I'm sure when there is an independent oversight board, then they will look at how the people are appointed on the board. It should not be again friends of the president of ICAP or the council members. They should be appointed on merit also. I think I'm expecting that as a result of this, we will have more robust and transparent system of appointing the members of the quality assurance board also, and who are more committed, more competent to do the oversight. And obviously it will require, and also we have said that funding of the quality assurance board, which was totally the responsibility of the ICAP, will now be maybe funded through the audit oversight board also. So the funding aspect and the effective oversight of the quality assurance board, in my opinion, should improve the quality of our inspections and the work that the quality assurance board does, and if that improves, that becomes more effective, obviously the quality of the audit profession will improve.
There is another issue. I think that's a relevant issue, is that there is a reality and there is a perception. The perception of the government and perception of many people, that since all the functions of the institute are undertaken by the institute, and actually who does the audit of the institute itself? Because there has to be some difference between the audit, doing something audit, and oversight. Oversight is not an audit. Oversight is to ensure that things are done in a right manner. So the whole concept of oversight is to bridge the perception gap. There is a perception gap between the regulators sitting in Islamabad or wherever they are sitting, and the society at large, and the institute. We are all in the family. We know what we are doing. But the perceptual gap can only be bridged when there is a body which is not in our control, which is reviewing our work. So we had two choices. We give them direct access, or we could have given indirect access. So the best political solution, I would say, was to give them indirect access. Not for the reason that I was substitute to them, but I felt that this is a way of it. But on that, as Asad rightly said, that does not mean that it will improve the quality of the quality assurance board. It is our job now to improve that. And let me tell you, if we don't improve, then you will see in the papers